guys and gals, Never here for Drake Wayne Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Repeat, Owen's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. There we go. Huh, if you say so. A huge crowd of students were gathering around the courtyard. People from all different classes were here. I wonder what's going on. Oh, and Sissel was here too. Yo, morning, Adrian. How are you feeling? I'm doing great. Thanks for all the pastries this morning. That was really sweet of you. It's not sweet. I'm not sweet. Why do you always talk to me like I'm a little kid? It's fun seeing y'all flustered. By the way, why is everyone gathered here? I thought we were having class. Oh, the school's planned up. Suddenly, Sissel was interrupted by an ugly growl behind us. It was the old rat, Mr. Dolores. The school is meeting here for a mandatory team building field trip to Bradley Lake today. Did you incompetents even bother reading the email that the staff sent out? The specks of spit flew from Mr. Dolores' yellow teeth as he spoke. Well, no, I didn't realize... Ha! You call yourself a student? Damn lazy kids these days. Sissel jumped in front of me and practically snarled. He was ill. Cut him some slack. Watch your tone, Brad. Is this how you treat your teacher? Oh, you're a teacher? You sure don't act like it. Mr. Dolores grabbed Sissel roughly by the collar of his shirt and nearly picked him up off the ground. Their faces were dangerously close as they glared daggers into each other. Learn some respect, boy. I could kick you out of this academy with a single phone call. Get ready to crawl back into the streets, you sick little... Oh yeah. Mr. Dorcas Dolores! Everything fell into silence. Mrs. Corlisse walked towards us, parting the crowd effortlessly. Her stern face seemed to unnerve even Mr. Dolores, though he still held firm to Sissel's collar. Surely you're not threatening my students, Mr. Dolores hissed furiously. Not at all, Corlisse. I'm simply disciplining rowdy individuals. He puffed up angrily as if trying to intimidate Mrs. Corlisse, but she looked unfazed and held her head high. Mr. Sissel doesn't seem to have done anything wrong. Regardless, unless the rules have changed since the last 20 years I've worked here, manhandling students is against school policy. Unless a certain teacher isn't able to let go of trivial prejudices. You dare accuse me? Dolores seemed to be losing it, puffing his huge, ugly face up in Mrs. Corlisse's direction. Despite being a fragile old lady, Mrs. Corlisse managed to maintain a commanding air about her. But still, one swing from Mr. Dolores could easily knock her over. The tension was climbing. Mr. Dolores still had an iron grip on Sissel. What should I do? Call for Echo. I hissed quietly under my breath. Echo, are you there? Yo, Adrian, you called? Echo, you have to help us out here. Can't you use some ghostly voodoo shit to drive Dolores away? How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not a... Yeah, you're not a ghost, but there's gotta be something you can do here. Echo stared at the struggling figures of Sissel and Mr. Dolores thoughtfully. So, you want to drive Mr. Dolores away? Yes! Very well, then. Your wish is my command. The wind around the courtyard abruptly picked up, whipping about everyone like a snarling beast. Everyone's hair and hats fluttered about wildly as they struggled to stay composed. In the corner of my eye, I saw something weird flew off the top of Mr. Dolores' head and soared away in the wind. Oh, wow. Mr. Dolores? What do you want, brat? Better be important. Well, it's not exactly, but your 2 pages flew away. What? Mr. Dolores felt the top of his head and let out a high-pitched squeal of horror. I've never seen a grown man turn beet red so quickly. He dropped Sissel like a sack of potatoes and ran off into the crowd to find his missing hair. He's probably never coming back. That went pretty well, all things considered. I offered Sissel a hand as he struggled back onto his feet. You okay, Sissel? Could be better. Feeling fairly homicidal. A figure approached from behind us. Mr. Sissel, I hope you are uninjured. Mrs. Corlisse approached us, her aged face scrunched up with concern. I'd like to apologize to you as a staff member for that episode. Sissel snarled. Don't apologize for that jackass's attitude. He's the one who should be sorry. Language, Mr. Sissel. However, you are correct. Anyways, I believe you and Mr. Adrian should join your classmates now. The school's about ready to depart. Sure thing. As Mrs. Corlisse turned to walk away, Sissel pulled me over and ruffled my hair with a grin. Thanks for coming to my rescue, Adrian. You're turning into my knight in shining armor. Am I? That makes you the fair damsel in distress, doesn't it? You gotta start wearing a dress to match your parts, Sissel. Sissel gives me a friendly punch to the arm. You'd probably be into that. Well, I certainly wouldn't be complaining. Come on, let's just join the class. We're gonna be left behind. It turned out that the academy was too cheap to actually bus us to Bradley Lake and made us walk there on foot. It was only a 20-minute walk, thankfully. This gave me time to organize my thoughts from earlier. Echo, you still there? Hello, Adrian, what's up? I just wanted to thank you for earlier. It was pretty cool to see you in action. I didn't know you could make the wind blow like that. I didn't technically. Wishes don't work like that. What do you mean? It's hard to explain. Echo groaned and squeezed his eyes shut as if to fight off a bad headache. Wishes. We can twist circumstances and coincidences. The wind just happened to blow harder in that moment. A bit like yesterday when you met that girl. She made it so that you just happened to fall sick with a fever. So it's kind of like you inflict people with bad luck? Something like that. And most of the time we can't interfere directly, so we force something else to instead. I should warn you, though, everything we do will have consequences. The universe has a want of bending things back in place. Next time you ask me to do something, think carefully first. Sounds good to me. Echo sighed tiredly. I rubbed my eyes and squinted at him. Was it just my imagination, or was he growing more transparent than usual? I'm a bit tired, Adrian. Mind if I rest a little bit? Not at all. With a smile, Echo stepped toward me. He seemed to disappear like dust in the wind and flowed into my chest, where my camera rested. With a small smile, I whispered thank you and turned to rejoin the crowd of students. School continued to hobble through the city streets like a pack of disorganized pigeons. Teachers seemed to be trying to get the students' attention, but everyone's chatting too much to give a shit. Finally, Mrs. Corlisse somersaulted onto a nearby fence and shouts that we're about to arrive at Bradley Lake. And that we're required to participate in at least 2 team-building activities. Her announcement was immediately drowned out by applause. Wow, Mrs. Corlisse is pretty nimble for someone her age. By the way, Adrian, how are you feeling? You were sick as a dog last night. I suddenly felt a rough slap on the back. Adrian, how you doing, kiddo? Morning, Adrian. Feeling better? Here, I got you coffee. Thanks, Philip. You're the best mother hen. If you say so. Everyone suddenly yelped as I pulled them along into one big group hug. Thanks so much for the presents last night, you guys. It was really sweet of you. It's no biggie. It's great to see you up and on your feet again. Just stop getting sick, loser. Glad you liked them. Speaking of which, what kind of twat gives people socks? Hey, nothing's worse than getting cold feet when you're sick. Leave it to Owen to give horrible gifts. Leave it to Owen to give horrible gifts. I think they were pretty nice. Really? Or neon wearing socks? It's so odd, so every time Adrian puts them on, he'll think of me. Is this you admitting you have a foot fetish? Well, fetish or not, I like them. Thanks, Owen. Owen grinned and puffed out his chest with pride, almost elbowing Philip in the face. He looks a bit dazed this morning, actually. Philip? Hello, Philip? You don't look so good. Are you getting sick too? No. I just didn't get much sleep last night. It happens fairly often, nothing to worry about. Probably can't sleep with Owen snoring all night. Hey! Anyway, I cut in quickly before they could argue again. Interesting choice of flowers, Philip. I really like that shade of blue. Oh, forget-me-nots. I got them so everyone will remember you in case you died. Thanks, Philip. The fresh air of the lakeside felt great after a night of feverish sleep. The view here is just beautiful. Who would have thought that there was such a natural place near the big city? I felt echoes stir in the back of my mind. Adrian, is something wrong? No, I just felt a wish nearby. There was a chill, like the ones I'd feel right before you and Haley would appear. Your senses have gotten sharper. Echo paused, as I was surveying the area. I don't sense any malice. It feels fairly weak, too. I do remember 2 abandoned wishes making their homes around here. One is lying deep under the water of the lake. There's another one lurking around a nearby wishing well. They seem fairly unaggressive. I'm sure we've got nothing to worry about. These abandoned wishes, is it really okay to just leave them like this? It just feels kind of sad. Wishes are made and abandoned every day, Adrian. People are fickle. They want something one day and change their minds the next. If we spent our time worrying about every wish, we'd be wasting our lives away. What about you, Echo? I don't have to worry about you fading away, do I? Nah. You're a very clingy wisher. I doubt I'd be able to get rid of you if I wanted to. But... Adrian! What? We've been yelling your name forever. Get your head out of the clouds, will you? We still need to decide what activity we should do. Activities, huh? Sounds awful. I've never been much of an athlete. Having a little splash in the lake sounds pretty fun, though. Ugh! Hey, Sissel, you feeling alright? You look a bit pale. Sissel gave a startled jump before scoffing dismissively. Nothing's wrong. I'd just rather we not get wet. Come on, man. Where's the fun in that? Let's just dive in and let loose. I can't wait to see Philip in skimpy swimwear. Wow, you'd think he would be a bit more subtle than that. And you don't need to worry about drowning, Philip. I'll be ready to perform mouth-to-mouth and save you. In that case, please let me drown in peace. Well, how about kayak racing? It's something we can do in the lake, but it won't get us completely wet. It's a decent compromise. But... Excellent. Looks like there's only room for 2 people per boat, though. Adrian, do you want to boat with... Adrian is boating with me! Sissel's voice seemed to rise by an octave or 2. At least me and you, Philip. It's like we'll be partners. That sounds great. Anyway, let's go get changed. Want to share a stall, Philip? We could do a bit of teammate bonding. Oh, want to share a stall, Philip? We could do a bit of teammate bonding. Hey, Owen, there's this wonderful thing called personal space. Have you heard of it? As Philip and Owen walked off towards the changing rooms with the rest of the students, I feel Sissel suddenly grab me and pull me aside. Adrian, I can't swim for shit. What am I gonna do? Can't just quit. I don't want to lose face in front of Owen, of all people. Ugh, this is terrible. Hey, there's nothing to worry about, Sissel. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Even if you do fall in the water, you can just hang on to the kayak. Plus, we're all wearing life jackets anyway. And if anything happens, I can be the one to perform mouth-to-mouth. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!